Welcome to the channel. I'm Steve Moran, and this is the Butcher's Apprentice. So today we have a fleet video on demand. Guild members, struggling with this node. It's pretty hard. So I'm going to go over what it takes to beat this. So this is kind of representation of what a lot of players are telling me. They basically have top boats strung together, and I tried this, and I got a 1-star myself. It's a pretty tough node. So what you need is synergy. And so I'm going to show with two crews, both the Rebel and the Empire, that when you have a synergistic faction fleet, you will cut through this node like it's nothing. So first, I'm going to lead with the Empire. This is under Tarkin. Essentially, it's an all-Empire crew plus HT. It really adds some viability and protection to this squad. Makes it a little better on defense, too, for those that are considering it for Grand Arena. But basically, the whole way this faction works is Vader does all the damage. Use HT and TIE Bomber just to hide him. I didn't even need to have reinforcements with this squad. It's just to show the interested folks in the Empire squad how this runs. But basically, the entire game is just protect Vader. Vader chops him down. I mean, there's one, and as we'll see throughout this video, essentially the Vader just whacks them all down. HT TIE Bomber put up the wall, and that's basically how a lot of these battles go when I run this squad. I rarely lose a ship. It takes some bad to lose a ship. With this fleet, it is really good. And, since the Vader rework, Vader's ship hits just massive, massive damage. And the TIE Bomber gives this crew so much viability with its protection regeneration. It gets protection each time there's an Empire reinforcement. So that's one of the reasons I bring it in here, even if I'm not even going to really use the reinforcements. It just shows how this faction works. That new mechanism of protection regeneration with critical hits and the reinforcements. And here comes the burning again. It has a pretty fast cooldown, so you get to keep using it, and the opposing fleet just melts under the burning. You get such big damage when you have them with the burning effect on, and they can't even get around HT and TIE Bomber and to do any other damage. And the Vader ship just smashes up these burnt boats. That was a pretty solid damage. It's just like a rout, and it's pretty incredible. And then there's another double shot from Vader. This is what's funny is the GP of the first ship fleet that I showed. They got a 1-star. Basically almost the same GP as this, and this is just a domination. Look how easy this is, and now it's over, and I barely got a scratch. HT, TIE Bomber, and Vader can clear this by themselves. And so here we have the Rebels. It works very similar. The synergy makes easy work of what seems to be a very hard node. The computer comes out, it's quick, it does get the first 2 shots off, but it doesn't get ghost. And basically that's the highlight of their match. Once the TIE Bomber, once the Y-Wing gets its mechanism off and starts its regeneration train, it's really just over. if you can't get a ship out in that first wave against the rebels, you're in deep trouble. Because Y-wing regenerates both protection with every critical hit and every sub that comes in, so it's constantly regenerating protection. And so even though it doesn't have the health that TIE Bomber has, when it's in a full Rebel fleet, it really is very tanky. And this fleet is my best offensive fleet overall. I have no problems passing with it. It hasn't failed to pass, and I can't really tell you the last time. I don't know. I video almost all of them, and I can't show you the last one they lost. This fleet gets through all these assists and the regeneration of Y-wing. You can be very much underpowered, and I can tell you this fleet punches up. It's, the people telling me this is a hard node, you wouldn't know it from this video. These rebels just one after the next, these ships are just disappearing, and I haven't lost one. No, and they, like I said, they got their first 2 shots in, and after that it was curtains. And it's, here comes the finish. It's only over, just the only thing left is just to finish this boat off. Basically that's as simple as that. That's all she wrote. The rebels clear this super easy, and that's synergy, folks. Well, I hope this video helped. This has been a fleet training video from the Butcher's Apprentice, and if you enjoyed it, please subscribe.